am Anandazina Shakti, and this is Global Om. We are the change. Today is 11/11 on the 11th, 2020. Lots of numbers repeating themselves. So what is 11? 11 is a master number, and then we have many 11s together. So this is a very, very, very active portal for the consciousness of mastery. And what is mastery? Mastery is many, many things. But what we're going to focus on today is mastery as an understanding of healthy change and an understanding of healthy permanence. And these two things, although they appear to be opposites, they're actually they're interdependent upon one another, and one automatically births the other. When you feel a connection to your permanent self, to the self that is what we call the undying, unborn self, this cosmic reality that is the creation of all existence, when we feel our connection to that, we simultaneously feel a natural ability and desire for change. We are immediately aligned with nature, and we speak about nature here as, I use the word to describe the visible form of creation. And so this visible form of creation, it naturally evolves. This is what it does. The other aspect of creation naturally stays steady and unborn and undying. The other one goes through a process of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, and the two of them work together. And so as you know one, you can know the other. And if you do not know one, it is actually not possible to know the other. And the issue that most of us have with change is that we don't know our cosmic self. So therefore, it's frightening to us. We can have all sorts of stories on top of it. There's all sorts of stories in our histories and traumas and things like that, but the fundamental belief system underneath all the stories, the thing that is creating the stories in the first place, is the fact that we don't have trust and we don't have connection with this experience of our cosmic self. And one of the really easy ways to create this is through the chanting of Om, because Om is the primordial sound of creation, and as we chant it, it realigns us back into ourself. For instance, this morning when I was doing my practice, I'd had some disturbing dreams, and I woke up and sat down and I decided to do Omkara, to chant Om for 30 minutes, and immediately everything was fine. Immediately everything I needed to shift and change was clear to me and obvious, and just started to flow. Like I felt just such an overfullness, just such an ability to move forward without any kind of hesitation. In fact, enthusiasm, complete enthusiasm for when I first woke up and I had some dreams and I was feeling a bit disturbed. The idea of certain changes were disturbing to me. After my chanting of Om, not only were they not disturbing to me, but I had enthusiasm for them. I was excited for this change, and that is the natural state, is to have excitement for the change. So fundamentally, under, what we need to have healthy change in our life is a connection with the primordial source, some kind of connection to the source energy. It can be however you wish to see it and relate to it. This is really personal. And then on another kind of practical level, what's needed for change? First of all, we need awareness. We need to be aware of what it is that needs to change, what it is that's causing a disturbance for us. And we need to understand that everything is energy, and that everything in this world of name and form, everything in the visible experience of creation is temporary. So therefore everything can change, because many of us, all of us, at some point or another feel that we come up in parts of ourselves that we feel we can't change this. We don't know how to change. This is not going to change. But this is just a mindset. It's a misunderstanding. When we understand that everything is energy, when we understand that everything is impermanent, these experiences that we are experiencing are impermanent, then logic, never mind mysticism, tells us that it can change. But mysticism comes into it because we are pieces of art, and we are molding ourselves through lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. We are molding ourselves, and we are being molded by grace. And so we are absolutely changeable. Everything is going to change. And when we can accept that, this is the next piece. So first is awareness, then the understanding that everything is energy and everything is impermanent. And then that everything actually already is in a flow of change, already. It's not something that, okay, now we're going to make that change, or we're going to do that. This is when we start to pull in that doer consciousness, and that's fine. It does give us temporary relief at times, but it's not going to solve the problem of the missing link, which is the innate supreme consciousness underneath everything. When we get into too much doership, then we start to really root ourselves into ego, and ego at some point or another is going to start to become hard and blocked and unable to keep on moving. So we want to see that everything can change. We want to have awareness of what it is that needs to change. We want to understand that everything has underlying reasons to it as well. So the first reason that comes up, the reason for something that might need to change, is one level. And if we can find the courage to dig deeper, then we can find the next level. And if we can go into the deepest root, then we can make absolutely permanent change. We start to take something out by its roots. And then if we can accept that everything is in flow already, that we're not having to make it into flow, it's in flow. What we want to do is agree to flow with it, because we actually are flowing with it, even if we're being disagreeable about the process. And when we're disagreeable with it, which we all are at different times, that's when we have illness, that's when we have feelings that are difficult, mental impressions that are difficult, because we are being moved along no matter what. It's obvious, actually, it's obvious science. We started off as these babies, and we are all growing up into something, and eventually we'll leave. So we're moving along, whether we're agreeing to it or not. So the more we can just choose inside, I choose to flow with what is already flowing. Then these different things within us that felt so difficult to change, they start to become easy. They just flow with the energy that's already flowing. This is what I'm talking about letting go of such a strong idea of doership and letting yourself flow with what is already being done. This is exercising our free will. This is exercising our doership, but it's doing it in actually a more graceful and more elegant way. It's aligning itself with the greater doer. And it's very active state, and very productive, and very creative, and very loving, all of these things. So it's not passive, yet it understands that it is actually not the primary doer. It is more like an instrument of this doing. And the more and more it can align itself with the energy that is doing, then the stronger the change will be, the more easy the change will be. So, today for most people, I'm in India, it's nighttime. We're going to chant 15 minutes of Om to align our minds, our emotions, our bodies, and our atmosphere with the primordial sound that automatically starts to pierce through the dense blocks within us and starts to get them to move, starts to get them to change by aligning it with what is natural. So it's not like it's, how do I say this? It's not like it's putting something different into it. It's just aligning it with its real self, and its real nature does move beautifully with change. It does flow with change. And then we're going to send that blessing out to benefit all beings and to benefit our planet at this time, and to send love especially to the places that we have the most aversion to. This is the most important thing we can do right now, is to send love to people and to places that actually, in situations that we're actually adverse to, because this is one of the greatest ways to harmonize and to really step into being the one. So please close your eyes, find a comfortable position, whatever works for you. And at the eyebrow center, visualize a white point of light, and have your hands on your thighs with the palms turned up and the thumb and first fingers touching. Softly, the eyes are closed, so the eyes feel soft over the lids. And remembering this profound moment in time, we're right in the 11:11 time. We started right at that time. We're in that vibe. We're in the vibe of mastery, which means we're in this portal of opening ourselves up to the natural flow, to the cosmic self, and to the self that is expressed in nature that changes, and finding deeper harmony with both of these, and then finding that overflowing, that fullness of love that comes from that connection to share with humanity. I will just start to chant, and if you wish to stay with my rhythm, please go ahead, but if you have another speed or note that you prefer, then feel free to freeform it. And I'll begin. If you're just joining us, this is Global Om. We're chanting for another 10 minutes or so, and then we're sending the vibration out into this day of profound mastery to support all of us to be able to make healthy change. Please keep chanting. If you're just joining us, you're joining Global Om. We're chanting for another 10 minutes. This is a great portal of mastery, 1111, and we're aligning ourselves with cosmic reality and with the permission for healthy change and sending it out to bless all of humanity. Please join us. Focus at our white point at the eyebrow center. Last three ohms. Please keep your awareness at the eyebrow center. Feel a very subtle vibration at the white point. And start to feel that vibration shining in two directions. The first one is inward, through the skull and down into the heart, vibrating your heart center. And the second one is outward, like a beautiful cone that expands out and wider and wider and wider, shedding vibrant, vibrating light in the new horizons of your experience of life. Feel both of these lights as very intoxicating, uplifting experiences of inward and outward. A perfect balance. And then see one thing that you would like to change. See it in the horizon far off and see it happening. And being blessed by this light that is radiating out from you, that is moving in flow with the change that already exists. No longer in resistance. No longer in disconnect from the essential source energy. And understand this one thing that you ask to see changing is simply a symbol of the door being open at this 1111 portal, this very important one, because we are in a great birthing. We are in a time of profound change. So this great portal of mastery, this one thing that you have visualized changing is just symbolic of the door being open now for you to be in flow with all healthy change. And now see that spreading out like an infinite horizon. And sending this same blessing energy over the whole planet, to all of humanity. You can take it further than humanity if you like, but if you can at least cover humanity, you're doing great. And see humanity vibrating the way that your very own heart is vibrating right now, with that beautiful light touching it, and after the chanting, in this receptivity, in this state of being agreeable about healthy change. Not only agreeable, but excited, enthusiastic, inspired. See their hearts, humanity's hearts in this state. Receiving this blessing. And now take it even deeper. See some of the characters, the really difficult ones at play right now. See them with their hearts vibrating in this way. And healing and overcoming and allowing themselves to flow with the positive change, because the state they are in and the choices they are making is because they don't even know that they're crying. They don't even know that they're in pain. But in this visualization, you want to see them starting to feel that innocent, loving inspiration to be connected and to have that healthy change. And the purification, the healing spontaneously taking place. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for joining the planet today and offering this blessing out. May your journey with what is temporary and what is permanent flow with absolute inspiration and joy. May it be so. And may all beings benefit from this time together. Bye for now. See you again soon. Love you so much.